Our ethical dilemma is, would you ever discuss patients' information in situations that did not fully protect their privacy socially or while talking to doctors about subjects not related to the patient? Our ethical dilemma relates to our area of professional studies, Pop Salud. Because if we decide to study something about medicine, we would like to know if what we are doing is ethic or not. Like if a patient doesn't want to, if a patient don't want to the doctor to talk about their personal information, the doctor does not have the right to go with other persons and talk about that topic. It's very important to know about this because the doctors need to know what can be talked or not out or in of the clinic. An example of this can be like the patients go with a specialist to deal with a health issue or maybe to aesthetic surgery, and like the patient is trusting the medic or doctor.
Any information that is obtained of any patients needs to be respected and secured. Otherwise, protection or privacy of any patient is on a dispute of the law. Any person that is participate on the manipulation of documents of any patients needs to work on this way and to respect and secure the patient's information.
A problem that we researched about our topic was that in a clinic with a nurse named Stalbert, she gave personal information of a patient, and the patient noticed about this and she claimed in the clinic, and the director of the clinic fired the nurse. According to McQuarrie M. 2018, the Dr. Baxter says that big amounts of paper containing personal information and sensitive material like clinic notes, detailed health and records, or financial information is being collected from recycle bins. A proposal for this problem is to reduce the usage of paper and ensure confidential files are shredded rather than recycled, because people could use that information for wrong. It's important to talk about the topic because the private life of a person is really important. Some persons don't like for the doctors to share their personal things because they find it not the right thing to do. Also, if doctors share personal information about a patient without asking permission, the doctor can get in trouble. So we believe that this is more social problem. We need to reflect about the dilemma because if this problem doesn't get in discussion, some serious problems can happen.
Okay, so everybody has a right for privacy. Especially doctors need to protect the personal information of the patient's health. As professional, you're responsible of taking care of your patient and his or her information. You can only share it someone that is authorized, should have the right to decide to who and when share the personal information. Private health information is shared with professionals, only to protect the patient's life, health, and legal life. So the question of today is, if an adult patient with a terminal disease, information needs to be shared with their families if the families ask the doctors for the patient information. So to continue, we will explain you some perspectives of the different type of views. So the doctor perspective from Dr. Manuel says it's the patient's responsibility if they want or not to tell their families, since they are already adults and they can make their own decisions. But in his personal opinion, he recommends that they should tell their families, since they can keep such a deep secret, because if the patient dies, they will regret that they could have done something to help him or her. And also, it is more healthy for the patient to tell what they have and not keep it, and have some support from their families, and have hope he can defeat this terminal disease. But this is up to the patient decision and opinion of his situation. Use adult patients, which we already asked 10 people above 18 years old, and they're already adults. So we concluded that they will tell their families in case they have a terminal disease, since they would like support from them to move on and get some help to liberate from this disease. And at the end of the day, if this disease kills them, their families don't feel guilty for not doing a single thing. So that's the reason why they will tell them. Finally, they also mentioned that they don't have the obligation to tell their families since they are already adults, since it's true, but they will tell their families. So the last perspective is the family's perspective. Here, Familia Garcia says that they will prefer that the adult patient, even though he's an adult, to tell their families since they can take advantage of the time that the familiar has left, and also to help them in his or her disease because they will leave everything for them. So that's the point of view of the family's perspective. So there are some documents such as the Oath of Hippocrates, the Councils of Asclepius, and the International Code of Medical Ethics that establish the obligation to keep information on trust by patients, by absolute secret, a basic ethical principle in the exercise of the professions. In these norms are ignored, professionals can get into trouble. So we will go with Diana Sanchez. Let's go!
Hi, I'm Diana Sanchez, and our group's perspective on the dilemma is that every citizen has the opportunity to decide whether their information is shared or not. Individuals have the right of privacy in their medical records under laws. It is important to talk and care about this topic because the private life and documents of a person are really important. Some persons don't like for doctors to share their important things because they find it not the right thing to do. Also, if a doctor shares personal information about the patient without asking permission, the doctor get in trouble.